Hi, this is Richard C. I'm a math tutor here at Wyzant, answering a question submitted by a student. This is probably coming out of Algebra 1, I would guess, where we're supposed to graph this inequality. What we're going to do is we're just going to start off treating it like it's a regular equation rather than an inequality. And so let's get started. So first we want to isolate the y. So we're just going to make y greater than or equal to negative x plus 2. So all I did was subtract x from both sides. Now I have it in slope-intercept format. And if I want to graph it, well, I know that the intercept is 2. I know the slope is negative 1 because here's my slope, here's my y-intercept. If I want to plot some points, I can see that when x is 2, y is going to be 0. So we're just treating this like an equality here. If I wanted a point over here, when x is negative 2, y is going to be 4. Here's 2, negative 2, here's 2. This is 4 here. And we're going to get a line that looks like this. Normally what we would do is we'd fill this line in, but we have to think about what we want to fill it with. Do we fill it as a solid line or a dotted line? We're going to use a solid line because of this equal sign. That's going to cause us to use a solid line. So when I go to draw this, I'm going to use a solid line all the way through. Obviously that's approximate. And I'll just go and put some arrowheads on there. Our graph is going to look something like that. So up until now, we've pretty much treated it as if it's a regular plain old line, except for this decision about the solid versus dotted. Now the only question now we have to do is we have to figure out whether the shaded region, the solution region, lies above the line or whether it lies below the line. My favorite thing to do is to test a point, and the most convenient point to test is 0, 0. In my opinion, this is always a good choice. Now, if the line goes through the origin, you cannot use 0, 0. But this line does not go through the origin, so I'm going to use it. So 0 greater than or equal to 0 plus 2. Is that true or is that false? That's false. 0 is not greater than 2. So 0 is not part of, the origin is not part of the solution region, which means our solution region is above the line. And let me just change colors. And we'll put that in there. And I personally, you don't have to do this, but I always like to put an R there to indicate that's my solution region. This is especially useful if you don't have color. Sometimes you really need to indicate just where that solution region is. So those are the steps. Treat it like it's a line, put it into slope-intercept form, graph the line, make sure that it's going to be solid. If there's no equal sign here, it's going to be dotted line. And then test the point, and 0, 0 is my favorite point to test. I think when you're all done with this, and assuming that this is a homework problem, what you should do at this stage is confirm this. And you can do this on your calculator. I happen to have done it online using a graphing tool called Desmos, which I highly recommend that you get familiar with. And so here's the graph that I built with Desmos. Not only It's very, very fast to do this. It just takes, less than a minute to do this. And so you can see the result that we're getting from the online grapher. It looks an awful lot like what we got here. So remember we said -2, 4, and you can see -2, 4. You can see the intercept is 0, 2, and 2, 0 was the x-intercept over here. So everything looks right and the shading matches. And Desmos is smart enough to know that this is also supposed to be a solid line. So we can, check everything like that. And, that way we know that we got it right. And it just builds more confidence for you to go on to the next problem and get that one right too. Okay, so that's it for today. I hope that was helpful. I'll see you next time. Bye-bye.